Hey there, good folks. This video is, well, how are you today? I guess is the first question there. This video is about fire signs. The fire signs, this is part 3 of what is 5 now videos in my astrology series. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. As I talked about with the other signs, these signs, it's kind of how does the fire show up in your life. For Aries, Aries have two sides almost. Most of the Aries I know are really, really sweet on one hand, and then like if you tick them off though, it's a firestorm in all its fury and glory. Aries, they tend to be thinkers, especially among fire signs. I would say if any of them are up in their head a little bit more than the others, I would say it's Aries, at least in my experience of Aries. They can have really deep conversations with you. Like they can get really deep, I would say. Aries, so there's an intellectualism about them again, until their fire shows up. If you want to get something done, tell an Aries they can't do it. Then they'll be like, I'll show you just how much it's done. And it is like a firestorm. So they will do it with a fiery passion, and it'll get done. Everything around it might be burned down, but the thing that you told them they couldn't do, it will be done. Leos are really creative. Leos have a lot of creativity in them. They're fire. They're born in the middle of the summer. At least that's true in the Northern Hemisphere. So Leos, their creativity shows up. They're often trendsetters. They're often in front of the trend with their creativity. So in the moment when their creativity is shining, is blazing, is being fiery, others are like, I'm not sure that I understand this thing. And then a few years or months, whatever the cycle is for this thing, then suddenly the Leo is like, see, I was doing that 5 years ago, and everybody's just sort of catching up. Leos, their fire also shows up in kind of what I would describe as maybe their boundaries and their certainness in their rightness. I've never successfully told a Leo that they were wrong. And now, of course, that's my own biases, my own lenses as well. But I've never known a Leo to really accept that they could be wrong in a situation. Capricorns, we're similar in that, but it does show up in slightly different ways. So Leo's fire shows up in their creativity, like in their way about the world. It's kind of like blazing a trail, if we're going to use a cliche there. And then Sagittarians as fire signs. I do say in the water signs video that sometimes in my mind, I think of Sagittarius more as water signs and Scorpios as more of fire signs. But Sagittarius's fire, I would say, shows up in their withdrawal from communication or people. Sagittarians do not trust easily. It takes a lot of time, like methodical time, to build up trust with a Sagittarian. Once they have let you in, once you have their trust, they're very loyal and they're unlikely to let you go anytime soon, unless you hit this wall, unless you hurt them in a way, or unless you feel their fire, like if they get angry or upset and or hurt. And often those are very intertwined with Sagittarians in ways that they aren't necessarily for other signs, but that's where their fire comes. Then it's like a complete separation and withdrawal, and they will cut you off completely. And they'll be like, no, I'm done. And you might never talk to that person who's a Sagittarius again if you've ticked them off in just the wrong way. They also tend to be masters of their crafts. They tend to get really good at what they do kind of over time. in that way as far as fire. But their fire, I would say, for Aries, it shows up in their anger, in their outward expressions toward other people. In Leo, it shows up in their creativity. And in Sagittarius, it shows up in their withdrawal from relationship with other people. All right, good folks. So those are the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And stay tuned for my other astrology videos. Take great care. Connect again soon.